this episode of Off the Script, number 152, part number 1, for your January 13th, 2017. I got news on why Vince McMahon is a fucking asshole. Apparently, The Undertaker versus John Cena is now canceled, according to Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer. Even worse than that, The Undertaker now slated to not win the Royal Rumble on the 29th. What the fuck is going on? We're going to talk about everything today right here on Off the Script. Also, Samoa Joe set for a monster push on the main roster heading into WrestleMania 33. What does that mean for Samoa Joe? Also, potential names considered for the Hall of Fame class of 2017 leaked this week, with the headliner also leaked. Who is it? We're going to talk about it today on Off the Script. And finally, reason why Vince McMahon wants to stop numbering WrestleMania. All this, plus subscriber stories. All this, plus PayPal Rumble. All this, plus everything else that you've come to know and love on Off the Script, right here on episode 152. Let's talk about it.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. Time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel today, January 13th, 2017. You are watching the number one fucking podcast. Not only on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music, but you are watching the number one fucking podcast in your subscription boxes, right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much. We have an absolutely jam-packed, full news coming out of the fucking seams weekend, man. Unbelievable stuff. We're gonna go over everything. John Cena, Undertaker, apparently canceled. I got news on Roman Reigns and how WWE fans are revolting because he fucking sucks. Revolting that this guy does not belong in the main event. I got news on that. People want AJ Styles. People want anybody but Roman Reigns. I'd take my fucking pillow to be in the main event. You could place the fucking pillow in the middle of the ring. I'd be more entertained by that than having Roman Reigns in the ring at WrestleMania for a main event or World Championship. Guy's awful. Guy is absolutely fucking awful. But we will save that. That'll be for later in the weekend. I don't want to get your hopes up about talking about Roman Reigns. All the fucking goons out there are going to fucking come at me and lynch me and come storming out my channel with fucking torches and pitchforks. Anyway, we'll talk about that all weekend. Plus, I got news on the New Day, how WWE doesn't have anything planned for them for WrestleMania, and a bunch of shit. We're going to go over everything this weekend on Off the Script. I want to start the show off with subscriber stories. You guys are loving them. I'm going to keep doing them. You guys are fucking blasting my email with stories. And I want to read today, too. Okay, I want to read one that's sad, and I want to read one that's happy. Normally, I just do one. But I felt like I should do two. I was going to do one. I had one already lined up and ready to go, but then I got another one later on in the week, like yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? I got to read this one on the air. I got to read this one on off the script. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go to the subscriber stories. Let me get into my email here. I'm going to read this one here from Billy Arnott. Okay. And Billy says to me, "Hello, JD. My name is Billy Arnott, and I live in Melbourne, Australia. I have high-functioning autism, and I've been watching your videos since WrestleMania 32 weekend. And I'm glad you found me that weekend, Billy, because that was probably the biggest rant I ever went on. That video, because that was one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. 2016 was a big year for me. 2016 was the first year that I didn't have my stepfather in my life, after having him for about 10 years due to him cheating on my mother with a woman who is 15 years younger than him. 2016 was also a big year for me due to me not seeing my father for 6 months because of family drama that he cannot stop creating that keeps on going to this day. But the most important thing about 2016 was that I found you, JD. It was WrestleMania 32 weekend, and I decided to hop on YouTube and search up The Rock's promo where he went off the script on an episode of Monday Night Raw with those four goons dressed as four WWE Hall of Famers sitting in the front row, if you guys remember that. I remember it. And he continues to say, does Billy, he found me searching for The Rock's promo where he went off the script. He found off the script, he found the podcast, and he loved it. 2016 has been important to him. He watched then the NXT TakeOver Dallas review after watching the special event on the WWE Network himself, and then he loved the review for NXT TakeOver Dallas. Then I watched the travesty that was WrestleMania 32, and then I watched your review, and I loved it. In 2016, I had lots of negatives, but your videos were the shining light in my darkest tunnel imaginable. I cannot thank you enough for being a comedic act with your Kevin Dunn impressions or your Eva Marie rants or the No Man Gains from Roman Reigns rambles. Thank you so much, my brother, and I cannot wait to see what 2017 has for the both of us. And it's, he puts a little heart there, a little emoji heart, from Billy Arnott. Billy, you're a fucking beast, bro. I hope everything is all right with you. I hope you have a great 2017. And it means the world to me, man. Where people just randomly just look up something on YouTube and they come across the podcast, whether they're looking up a wrestler, whether they're looking up their favorite superstar, whether they're looking up for an event, and they come across the podcast and they listen and they see me, and I'm giving you guys my genuine views and my genuine opinions, and it's something that you share with me, and there's a connection there. And Billy found that connection, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm glad to have Billy on Team JD. So everybody give a shout out in the comment section to Billy. Hope you have a great year as well, man, and we are all here for you as well, and I hope you're doing very well. All right. I also wanted to read one more, and I felt compelled to read this one because it was something that I was a part of. It was something that I had a hand in, making this individual feel special. This one is coming from Falco, and he actually applied pictures here, which I can't really show you guys. If I remember, I'll post them on Twitter. Or Falco, if you're watching, brother, post your Twitter in the comment section so everybody could see it. I'll pin it at the top if I do see it, okay? I'll pin it in the comment section. But this one, the second subscriber story here for Off the Script this weekend. Hey, JD, it's me, Falco, from Twitter. I wanted to share a cool story with you. It's not one of those sad ones. I thought I would share a happy, heartfelt story of my success in achieving my dreams and goals with you, because it actually involves you. First of all, I want to apologize for some grammatical mistakes. I'm really learning the English language through you, bro. Your voice is so clean and understandable, and I love it. So it all began with Jeff Hardy leaving the WWE in 2009. Since that day, my biggest dream was to get to Jeff and get him to know me in some way. He truly became a huge inspiration for me over the years. He motivated me to draw and to create stuff in general. I started drawing in 2011, and I found social media accounts from the Hardys. One day I asked Jeff's wife Beth on Twitter if I could send them some of my pieces of art. She gladly said yes. So 1 month later my art arrived and Jeff took a picture with my artwork. It was so surreal. We stayed in contact and he even sends me one artwork back with his signature, which inspires me so much. Jeff is such a nice guy and so down to earth. It is really unbelievable. You can never meet anyone more peaceful than him. Really the nicest guy you could ever meet. All of this brings me to you, buddy. 2013, I was on vacation with my family and news broke about Jeff Hardy returning to the WWE. You reported it on Off the Script, and that was my first video that I've ever seen by you. And I immediately knew this guy, or this is a guy, who knows what he is talking about. Your knowledge about the business amazed me. So I subscribed, and from that day on, I watched every single Off the Script episode. And you always made me laugh and entertained me to this day. I don't have many role models besides Jeff, Matt, and my mother. But I can honestly say that you have become a huge inspiration for me. You are a guy who loves what he is doing. Your passion and dedication is unbelievable, and I can't thank you enough for all your hard work. Because of you, I got to know Joe Cronin. You two are amazing together. I love watching Out of Nowhere. Moving forward with my story, his co-host for his Raw reviews, Jake DeMarco. Jake is such a nice guy who made another big dream of mine become a reality last year in October. It was the night of my life when I found out that you, Joe, and Jake are in Fall River, Massachusetts for Top Rope Promotions. I knew the Hardys were there signing autographs and taking pictures. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there because I live in Germany. That's why I always wanted to be greeted by Jeff Hardy. So that night, I asked Jake if he could ask Jeff to greet me. He said yes, which meant the world to me. I understood that this was very important for me. He stood in line for over 3 hours. And yes, it was really that long because I stood there for 3 hours. And I looked at everybody just filing in, wanting to meet the Hardys, man. It was fucking unbelievable. And I'll tell you about that in a second. I've told this story a few times, but I'm going to say it again because it's just unbelievable what the Hardys do for their fans. I know you did as well to get deleted by Matt Hardy. I love that video, by the way. And it's pinned on my profile if you guys want to go see me get deleted by Matt Hardy. Public deletion, because I asked for it. I love that video, by the way. Later that night, I got a tweet from Jake with a video message from Jeff Hardy himself for me. This was such a huge accomplishment for me because it was such a dream of mine. And if I hadn't found your channel in 2013, that would have never happened. JD, you are the reason why my weekends are enjoyable. I will always be there for you no matter what, buddy. Greetings from Germany, Falco. P.S. Be glad to live in America because Germany are way more fucking goons. LOL. Love you, bro. Falco, if you're watching Off the Script, man, leave your Twitter profile down in the comments and I'll pin it so everybody could see the artwork that you drew for Jeff and the picture that he sent to you and the video message that's on your Twitter. Leave me a comment with your Twitter handle and I will pin it at the top of the comment section down below. So, those are the two stories, man. And Falco is correct here. Jake was so gracious to do this because I was on my way into the booth and I asked Matt Hardy to publicly delete me. It was fucking fantastic. They're such nice guys. And I remember when I asked to be deleted, Jeff was there standing next to Matt and he smiled because I wanted to be deleted. I don't know how many people asked to be deleted by Matt Hardy, but Jeff looked at me and was like, well, listen, being deleted is not so bad. So I started laughing and I couldn't stop smiling, man. I had this fucking huge Mark grin on my face. And I remember when Jake was filming for Falco there, and it was just unbelievable, man. What we've seen with the Hardys is something that you rarely see from two guys, and I mentioned this in my deleted video, you know, how nice they were. They stood there when anybody else would have got up and left and gotten ready for the show. They wrestled that night. They stayed there till about 45 minutes before they actually had to go to the ring. It was unbelievable, man. The line for them was crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. People bringing old school title belts, old school t-shirts, pictures of the Young Hardy Days version 1. It was unbelievable, man. The Hardys are one of the best stories in wrestling. And they are unbelievable human beings. They're great guys. They love their fans. And they know that without their fans, man, you know, they wouldn't be where they are. And they are so fucking giving. It's unbelievable. And it was just beautiful to see, man. It really was. And Falco, he got a video message from Jeff while I got deleted by Matt, man. It was fucking unbelievable. And those are the 2 stories this week, man. So I wanted to share one, you know, from Billy. And I wanted to share one from Falco. So those are the stories this week. And if you guys have anything that you want to share with everybody on Off the Script, you can email me at jdfromny206@yahoo.com. That is my business email. Don't email me and make some bullshit story that's 2 lines. JD, can you shout me out? Call me a goon for my 67th birthday? No. I'm not going to read those, man. I'm going to delete those. I'm going to read them, delete them, and then that's it. If you got something like Falco, if you got something like Billy, you will be read on Off the Script. So thank both of you guys for sharing your stories with me. And everybody who's listening and watching this weekend, spread some love to Falco and Billy, man. So thank you to everybody. PayPal Rumble. You guys are unbelievable, man. I didn't even look at the total during the week, and I calculated everybody. We got 45 fucking entrants in this thing, man. You guys are unbelievable. Absolutely fucking unbelievable. The more people sign up, the more t-shirts I'm going to be giving away, man. Because right now, I'm certainly giving away more than 2 fucking t-shirts. I'm giving back to you guys, and it's going to be fucking unbelievable. Drawing is going to happen Royal Rumble weekend on Off the Script. We are going to do a live drawing. You're going to see your name randomly picked through my randomizer live on Off the Script Royal Rumble weekend for the preview and prediction show. Cue the fucking music. Yeah, I'm going to go over all the names, man, from number 1 all the way to the last motherfucker that has entered this thing, man. Coming in at number 1, Mikey Ferro. Number 2, Matthew Smith. Number 3, Mario Maldonado. And if I fuck up your name, I apologize in advance. Number 4, Starscream. Number 5, Ian Davis. Colin Wright comes in at number 6. Number 7, Nikki Wolf. Florian Kreutzfeldt comes in at number 8. Number 9, Marianne Domagas. Number 10, Patrick Pacheco. Number 11, Harvey Davies. Number 12, Ken McIntyre. Number 13, Peter Fiala. 14, Corey Peters. Number 15, Roger Navjord. 16, Josh Ashley. Number 17, Solomon Tyson, the Coffee Man. What's up, brother? Number 18, Derek Sutherland. Number 19, Chris Riera. Number 20, Joseph Asiarito. Sorry if I butchered your name, bro. I'm a fucking goon. Number 21, Jeremy Bell. Number 22, Kevin Bland. You know who else is bland? Roman Reigns. Number 23, Jesse Walker. Number 24, Randy Meyer. Number 25, Michael Redmond. 26, Andrew Gilmore. Number 27, Mark Anderson. 28, Jonathan DeFilippo. Number 29, Curtis Lee. Number 30, Michael Gorman. 31, Brandon Moore. Number 32, Daniel Barnes. 33, Connor Mogan. 34, William Miller. 35, Victor. What's up, brother? Victor McCullen. Number 36, Elizabeth McDaniel. Number 37, Joey Ramirez. Number 38, Graylin Batiste. Number 39, David Toy. Number 40, Carrie McFadden. Number 41, Nathaniel Hexum. 42, Jason Gonzalez. 43, Stephen Dorsey. Number 44, Adam Akichek. Sorry if I fucked up your name, bro. I'm a fucking goon. Number 45, and the final entrant so far, Trevor Cardinal. You guys are absolutely fucking beast. If you guys want to enter the PayPal Rumble, not only get a shout out on fucking Off the Script every week leading up to the Rumble itself, but you guys are going to win t-shirts, man, and you're going to win Funko Pop. You're going to win one of these two bad boys, if I can fucking reach it. It's right underneath my fucking desk here. You're going to win Eva Marie or Kevin Owens. Whichever one, I don't know, but I might have to find more things to give away because it looks like we are going to be having 3 or 4 winners at the end of this fucking thing. 5 winners. So you guys are unbelievable, man. Thank you for everything. You guys want to enter the PayPal Rumble? It's simple, man. Link is at the top of the description down below. $10 entry fee. And this thing's going to be beast, man. If we can get anywhere close to 60, 70, I would be blown away, man, by this. We already have 45 fucking entrants in the PayPal Rumble. Unbelievable. You get a choice of any one of these t-shirts on Barbershop Window, so it's going to be beast. Thank you to everybody who has entered the PayPal Rumble, man. You guys make this show fucking amazing. So thank you to everybody. I want to pull this up, man. I don't know why I don't have it. Let me go to their Twitter. This is going to be the Royal Rumble Pick'em. And Wrestle Rumble has already revealed what their prizes are going to be, man. Listen to this. WrestleRumble.com. Okay, I want you guys to save that in your browsers. WrestleRumble.com. You're going to enter whenever they have the entries live, and you're going to guess the questions correctly. As many as you can. And in the end of this, at the end of the Rumble, you have a chance to win some amazing prizes, man. That's WrestleRumble.com, the Royal Rumble Pick'em. They are officially sponsoring Off the Script Royal Rumble weekend. We're going to go over it more so that weekend. But listen to this, man. The prize pool has been revealed for the PayPal, or not the PayPal, for the Royal Rumble Wrestle Rumble Pick'em. I got PayPal Rumble on my fucking head. First place, listen to this. $500 cash and 2 WrestleMania 33 tickets. Dude, are you fucking serious? If you win the Royal Rumble, Wrestle Rumble Pick'em, you're going to WrestleMania, man. Second place, $200 cash and 2 WrestleMania tickets. So if you come in first place or second place, you're going to WrestleMania, bro. Third prize, $100. Fourth prize, $75. Fifth prize, $75. Sixth prize, $50. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. The winners will receive a free entry into the WrestleMania 33 Pick'em contest. Most points just for the Royal Rumble match questions themselves. 2 winners, 2 tickets, or 1 winner rather, 2 tickets to NXT TakeOver Orlando, man. That is absolutely fucking unbelievable. They went all out for this shit, man. The Royal Rumble, WrestleRumble.com Pick'em. Entry forms will be live soon. Save that website in your browser. I'm going to be mentioning it again and again and again on Off the Script because I want you guys, I want a listener, I want a viewer of Off the Script to go to WrestleMania or NXT TakeOver Orlando or both. So that would be fucking awesome, man. WrestleRumble.com, Royal Rumble Pick'em coming soon. So thank you guys to that. Patreon, if you guys want to pledge to the channel and the podcast, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Thank you to everybody that pledged this week. You guys are fucking amazing, man. You make my weeks, literally. New prize tiers will be coming very soon. I got to get that going. Patreon Q&A on Off the Script Part 3. We're going to be doing the Patreon Q&A. I already got a few questions coming on in. We usually answer 3 to 4 questions on Sunday's episode of Off the Script. I actually might start the show with the Q&A and then go right in to the news and rumors because I want you guys to be a part of the show instead of waiting a fucking full hour to get to the Q&A. So I might switch it up a little bit on Part 3. But if you guys are on Patreon, if you guys are on the Patreon squad, get your questions in right now. Go to the website and give me your questions. Or if we're following each other on Twitter, just DM them to me like a few people do right now. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, man. We are dangerously close to 71,000 subscribers. I would have loved to hit 100,000 before I go to Brian Zane's Internet Darlings, but it's not looking like. I'll be lucky to get 75,000 by the time I go down there. Slam Crate, Loot Crate, and every other fucking crate that I'm talking about. WWE Loot Crate by Slam Crate. We are partnered with Loot Crate. Use my unique link down in the description below with the coupon code JD from NY and save yourself some fucking money, man. 10% off your first purchase. That is WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. Use the link, coupon code JD from NY at checkout. Apparently, WrestleCrate's link is not working anymore. My fucking code is not working anymore. I gotta talk to them, but if you guys want to check out WrestleCrate, WrestleCrate.com, and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. I am talking right now to That Wrestling Crate, and a few of you guys have reached out to me to reach out to them because you think that they're the best crate out of everybody. So I did, and they're sending me a fucking box, and I'm gonna get my own unique fucking code for that shit as well. So I'm gonna save you guys some money on That Wrestling Crate. I'm not sure if it's active right now, but they asked me, what kind of code do you want? I said JD from NY. So if you guys want to go visit them, I'll post their information down in the description as well. That Wrestling Crate, the next big up-and-coming wrestling box subscription service delivered to your front door. More info on them and what they are doing for the podcast right here very, very soon. Barbershop Window, thank you guys so much for purchasing your t-shirts. If you guys want to get your JD is Negan, your Roman Reigns shirt just in time for WrestleMania, Eva Marie, Big Show, Goon City, you guys... Dana Brooke, can't forget about Dana Brooke, man. Dana Brooke is a key get off my TV member. All that plus so much more. Barbershopwindow.com. We are an official partner to Barbershop Window. And if you guys want to go check that out, barbershopwindow.com, type in off the script. It'll take you right to my online shop. And finally, guys, we did a beautiful WWE 2K17 rant that's live on the channel right now. Everything you need is going to be linked in the video annotation you see right on screen right here on the channel. WWE 2K17 rant with a very special coming attraction at the end of that video, so make sure you guys watch that all. Lucha Underground NXT review is live. Mid-season finale of Lucha Underground happened. Matanza killed Dragon Azteca Jr. We talked about DIY in the revival at the end of this week's NXT TV. We have also off the script extra Kenny Omega versus Okada, my review on Wrestle Kingdom 11 and that main event. We got WrestleMania 33 news with Seth Rollins and Triple H, off the script extra. That match might be canceled according to rumors, so if you guys want to go check that out. And I got several other off the script extra videos. Matt Hardy status with TNA and WWE, CM Punk possibly being released by the WWE. Bellator is interested in picking him up. Paige is, undoubtful right now, or doubtful, I should say, for WrestleMania 33, so who knows what her status is going to be. Bunch of stories on Off the Script Extra. If you miss it, everything is going to be linked in the annotation that you see on the screen there. And that is pretty much it, man. That is pretty much all I got off the script. Doing big things, man. I might have some more sponsors coming up as well, to be honest with you. I have Audible.com lined up. I have Gamefly.com lined up as well to give you guys some free trials to try out. So things are going well right now, and... Off the Script is getting out there, man. The buzz is getting out there, and I thank each and every one of you for making this show fucking unbelievable all weekend, man. This show does unbelievable numbers, and it's just getting better. With every subscriber, it's only getting better, and it's thanks to you guys. So, thank you to everything. Let's get on with the news, man. The Undertaker versus John Cena canceled for WrestleMania 33, according to Mr. Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer. The Undertaker, no longer a favorite to win the Royal Rumble. John Cena and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, according to Meltzer, has been canceled. It's been a whirlwind year for The Undertaker. One of the most legendary WWE superstars of all time. In early 2016, The Undertaker had to help convince Shane McMahon to return to the company and compete in that marquee Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 32. Vince McMahon put the wheels in motion, but The Undertaker's call helped seal the deal for the biggest surprise of 2016 at the time. Many of the WWE's top stars were forced to miss the event last year due to injury, but The Undertaker was as reliable as ever. However, during the build to his match with Shane, his relationship with Vince McMahon became strained. And he was telling people close to him that the match inside AT&T Stadium at WrestleMania 32 was going to be his last ride. The Undertaker helped convince Shane to come back, but in the months following WrestleMania, Vince had to pull out all the stops to convince the dead man not to retire. Details surrounding their conversations have yet to become public, and they may never be public. But Vince McMahon was able to persuade his Phenom to return for at least one more run. So back in November of 2016, The Undertaker returned to SmackDown Live to help commemorate the show's historic 900th episode of SmackDown. But in doing so, he declared that WrestleMania would no longer define his career, an indication that could be he would be wrestling additional matches on other shows. He would, however, disappear for almost 2 more months before reappearing this past Monday night on Raw to enter himself into the Royal Rumble match. Even before he returned to Raw, there were several reports suggesting that The Undertaker had emerged as the favorite to win this year's Royal Rumble. Backstage, WWE officials had narrowed down his WrestleMania opponents to John Cena and Roman Reigns, both of whom are expected to walk out of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view as the top champions for their respective brands. The Dead Man returned to SmackDown because the original intention was to book him in an angle with either Cena, Styles, or both. At the same time, The Undertaker was recovering from recent hip surgery. The recovery time changed an original plan of putting him in a match with Styles or Cena and Styles for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. Thus, they decided to put him in the actual Rumble match, which will take a much less physical toll on his body, especially if he draws a number towards the very end. So that's the way WWE was thinking with The Undertaker. So because Cena is expected to defeat Styles for the WWE Championship, and Reigns is in line to dethrone Kevin Owens as the Universal Champion, The Undertaker became a frontrunner to win the entire Royal Rumble. However, according to the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, this is no longer the case. In fact, a match with John Cena has been completely pulled off the table for WrestleMania 33. In addition, so has everyone from the entire SmackDown locker room. Are you fucking kidding me? So what does this mean? So what does this mean, Vince? You mean the tease with Braun Strowman and The Undertaker is actually a possibility? Would you harm WrestleMania's card by giving us that awful fucking vision on April 1st? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Or April 2nd, whenever the fuck this event takes place? Strowman versus The Undertaker. Now, I got my reasons to think why Undertaker John Cena is not happening this year. We'll talk about it in a second. So the entire WWE SmackDown Live locker room is off the fucking table. They're off the list for possible opponents for The Undertaker. Undertaker came back to Raw this week, not only because he is entering himself in the Royal Rumble, but because WWE officials are planning his WrestleMania opponent with someone from Raw. Many people have speculated that someone will be Braun Strowman, or that someone will be Braun Strowman. I had to say it twice. Fuck me. Saying it fucking once is bad enough. I gotta say it twice. Especially since cameras cut to Strowman in the back while The Undertaker was announcing he was gonna be in the Royal Rumble. However, the monster among men is now no longer an option either. At least for WrestleMania. Thank you. Thank you. I hope, Meltzer, I hope you're fucking right. The monster among men is no longer an option. I can actually smile at WrestleMania if that's the case, okay? So let's keep it that way. There is a very distinct possibility that the two will face off somewhere down the line. I'm fine with that as long as it's not at WrestleMania, but not in Orlando this coming April. We should even expect the two giants to have a moment in the Royal Rumble match. But the ultimate payoff may not come until SummerSlam. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I know that The Undertaker's going to be in the Rumble. I'm sure he's going to have a stare down with Goldberg, Lesnar, and Strowman. So why not? Have a blast. Go and do what you want in the Rumble. It's not a payoff if it's in the Rumble. You know, have fun. Go in there and have the time of your life, Taker. I'm fine with that. As long as the match, as long as whatever happens in the Rumble doesn't culminate with a match at WrestleMania, I am perfectly okay with that. You have my blessing. Okay? So as of now, The Undertaker is not expected to win the Royal Rumble, according to Meltzer, because Vince doesn't want him in a world title match at WrestleMania. Okay. Nor does he want him to face John Cena. And he's eliminated Braun Strowman from consideration. One of the reasons why I'm assuming Braun Strowman has been eliminated from possible opponents for The Undertaker is because I read that there was already online backlash again for this. You know, The Undertaker might have lost the streak, but people still look forward to who's fighting The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And if it's not someone up to standard, people will fucking revolt. Braun Strowman, clearly. Now, this has nothing to do with how he's been booked. He's probably one of the bright spots on an already fucking miserable show every week. But Braun Strowman's booking really doesn't coincide with what he does in the ring, man. Booking might be great, but he's not all that very good in the ring, though he's getting better. Not going to put him down completely, but I don't want to see him in a giant versus giant match at WrestleMania. I am not a fan of those matches. I'm not a fan of Undertaker having those type of matches. When I think of Undertaker, I think of someone who can still go. I think of someone who is still good enough to give us a marquee fucking matchup that we are proud of at WrestleMania. I don't want to see The Undertaker waste a WrestleMania appearance, and one that could very well be his last, or at least one of two last WrestleManias that we see him in against Braun Strowman. Don't want to see it. I don't want to see it at all. Roman Reigns is likely off the table due to his presumptive win over Kevin Owens. Owens is in line for a match with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. I'm okay with that as well. Seth Rollins is set for a showdown with Triple H. Goldberg is set to go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. They are locked into that rivalry. And everybody proclaiming, and Meltzer proclaiming, things are being changed for WrestleMania. That's one of the things that's not going to be changed. Lesnar and Goldberg is not going to be changed, okay? Do you want to know why it's not going to be changed? Because whatever happens in the Rumble, it's not going to be good enough for Brock Lesnar to say, you know what, I got revenge on this fucking guy. No, Lesnar's going to want to shed blood. Lesnar's going to want to shed blood at WrestleMania. Lesnar needs a pinfall victory over Goldberg. He needs an F5 victory over Bill Goldberg. An elimination in the Royal Rumble is not going to do or appease the appetite of Brock Lesnar. So whatever happens in there will be the next stepping stone to their WrestleMania match. So that is still on the table. No matter how many rumors are going out there, Goldberg versus Lesnar for the Universal title may very well be so. I don't care. As long as we don't see Goldberg versus Roman or anything like that, okay? Because we need a conclusion for this. This is what you broke the fucking streak for. This is what you gave to Goldberg in 90 seconds. This needs to have a conclusive ending. And you shouldn't fuck with that, okay? So Goldberg and Lesnar still locked in for WrestleMania. So what does this mean for the fucking Undertaker? That doesn't have many names left for the Undertaker. That doesn't leave many very main event talent from Raw, especially on Raw, for The Undertaker at WrestleMania. So who the fuck is coming back? If Reigns, Cena, Strowman... Now, what's Strowman going to do at WrestleMania? I'm guessing it's going to be against Reigns. So I'm guessing they're going to do Reigns and Strowman for the Universal title. Listen, I'll be okay with that. I'm fine with that. As long as Strowman is not fighting The Undertaker. I don't care. Or Reigns is not fighting Goldberg. I'm okay with this. I really am. I think Reigns and Strowman can have a hard-hitting match if they let them go out there and, you know, don't overly produce them. I'm fine with that. So if Cena, Reigns, Strowman, Goldberg, Lesnar, Owens, Jericho, and Rollins are all off the table, who is going to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33? That only leaves two names. That only leaves two names right now for The Undertaker. AJ Styles, and something that people have been talking about, since last year's WrestleMania. When before he even made his Monday Night Raw debut. How do you debut him on Monday Night Raw? What if Vince McMahon is setting up the Demon versus the Phenom at WrestleMania 33? What if Finn Balor gets a victory over The Undertaker at WrestleMania? I don't know, man. That's intriguing. You got to think about it. Because the way things are going right now, we can book WrestleMania all we want. And we kind of have an idea of what's going on. I don't know what Cena is doing at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. Reigns is... the way WrestleMania is shaping up right now, it's going to be Reigns versus Strowman. We're going to have Rollins versus Triple H. We're going to have Lesnar versus Goldberg. Owens versus Jericho. That's it. That's the likely direction they are going in. So where does that leave Cena? Is he going to be in another match with Styles? So we're going to have the Rumble match. We're going to have the Elimination Chamber. And then we're going to have WrestleMania. I don't know what they're doing with that, man. I am with the impression right now that AJ Styles is walking out of the Royal Rumble with the WWE Championship. I really think so. And then I think at the Elimination Chamber, again, he's going to walk out of WrestleMania with the WWE Championship. That would be 2 events that AJ Styles has retained the title against John Cena. And then at WrestleMania, they're going to give John Cena his 16th reign. Makes sense. But if they're going from one match, which is a standard one-on-one match for the title, and then they do the rumored and proposed 2 out of 3 falls match, and then they want to give us something else, maybe an Iron Man match, maybe a steel cage match, something along those lines, a ladder match, something at WrestleMania. I don't know. Would you guys be interested in seeing John Cena versus AJ Styles for 3 pay-per-views in a row after we've seen it already in 2016? Are you guys okay with that again going into WrestleMania and having John Cena beat AJ Styles at Mania in a high-profile match to get his 16th reign? Because there's really nothing else for AJ Styles to do if that's the case. I don't know. So what is going to happen here? Unless they want to do Cena and Undertaker and then Styles Balor. I don't know. But it looks like they want to keep everybody, contained in their own brand. It wouldn't really make much sense storyline-wise, and they would have to come up with another reason why, Balor is challenging Styles when he's Raw, and then Styles is SmackDown. I don't know. So it looks like right now, not really mentioned at all, but it looks like Balor might be headed for a collision with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't know. Let me know what you guys are thinking. That doesn't leave, like I said, that doesn't leave very many people for The Undertaker to feud with. Now, as the Observer notes, there are 6 or 7 major main event level singles matches scheduled for WrestleMania right now. Those are not inclusive of the women's or the cruiserweight title matches. Therefore, main event superstars such as Reigns, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton right now, they are, and the New Day especially, those superstars right now are in limbo of not having a fucking match. I don't know what's going on here, man. WWE rumored to have the entire card finalized in 2 weeks. How are you going to include Finn Balor or Bray Wyatt, American Alpha, Miz, Ambrose, New Day, Enzo and Cass? What's going on, man? There's so many fucking guys. Samoa Joe is rumored to have a fucking thing at WrestleMania. What's going to happen here? I don't know. I honestly do not know. If Cena nor Strowman are The Undertaker's opponent, it is extremely likely that one of the names from the list above will be. Earlier reports mentioned that Strowman versus Reigns was penciled in for WrestleMania 33, but WWE's plans are only in stone once the bell finally rings at WrestleMania, man. Gonna be a huge talking point from here on out. If WWE wants to include Samoa Joe in this, I don't know where he sits. You're gonna have to eliminate one or the other. I don't know, man. I really don't know what's going on. And WWE really needs to put on the best fucking card. Now you see how difficult it really is. Last year, they had so many fucking people hurt, and they couldn't come up with a fucking decent show. Now, they got all this talent back, and now they're finding a fucking difficult time to get everybody on the show. Somebody's gonna get left out, man. Somebody is gonna get left out. And somebody's gonna be disappointed. Fans are gonna be left disappointed that maybe a Miz is not gonna be in a high-profile match, that American Alpha is not gonna be in a high-profile match. I don't know, man. The pre-show's looking like it's gonna be fucking its own pay-per-view at this rate, and then WrestleMania is gonna be fucking 5 hours. You got a 2-hour pre-show. Cut the fluff. Get some guys on the show. Tag team title match for SmackDown. A women's championship match. Look at this. We got Cena Styles probably Reigns, Strowman, Goldberg, Lesnar, Owens, Jericho, Rollins, Triple H. That's 5 matches right there. Undertaker versus Balor is another rumored one that I'm coming up with here. That's 6 matches. Then you got, I'm assuming you're going to have Miz and Ambrose in an Intercontinental Championship match, Cruiserweight Championship match. You're going to have 2 women's matches, 2 women's championship matches. Dude, there's going to be like 12 matches at WrestleMania. Then you got to include Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, American Alpha. It's going to be crazy, man. It is going to be fucking crazy. Shaq versus Big Show. At this rate, you might as well get rid of that. Get it off the card. You're going to put Shaquille O'Neal on the fucking show, and you're going to leave American Alpha, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Ambrose, The Miz off WrestleMania in a prominent role for Shaquille O'Neal? Are you fucking serious? Anyway, man, this is looking like a very, very daunting task for Vince McMahon. Do I trust him? Fuck no. Do I trust him to give me the best show possible? Fuck no. Everybody's going to end up bitching and complaining and moaning and crying anyway, no matter what they do. But I would rather be in this situation than what they were in last year. Though they could have come up with a good show last year, they just refused to listen to anybody, and they put on one of the worst shows of all time. This year, they got so much fucking talent, plus talent they want to bring up for NXT to make this show great. I'd rather be in this situation than the situation that they were in last year. So we're going to see what happens. It's definitely going to be a huge talking point. Meltzer is reporting that within the next 2 weeks, WrestleMania will be finalized, but even then, it's not going to be finalized. And with the Rumble, it's going to answer a lot of those questions, man. A huge piece to that puzzle is going to be filled in at Royal Rumble in San Antonio. So, WrestleMania, man, a lot of moving pieces. Like I said, a lot of moving parts for this WrestleMania. We just don't know where WWE is going to end up. Speaking of WrestleMania 33, Samoa Joe is set for a monster push on the main roster heading into WrestleMania 33. According to Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer, WWE is planning a monster push for Samoa Joe this year. I would actually save Joe for Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. I really would. If you want Reigns to come out of this, if you really want Reigns to come out as the Universal Champion, I would love. Now, I would prefer him on SmackDown, but you got to think realistically. You got to think realistically, man. Samoa Joe has been the guy right underneath Shinsuke Nakamura on NXT television. You're not going to have Joe and Nakamura go to SmackDown. It's not going to happen. Now, do I trust Monday Night Raw to book Samoa Joe and keep his momentum as a dominant fucking force? No. I don't trust Monday Night Raw to do anything at all. But Joe can be in the Rumble, and Joe can leave a lasting impression in the Rumble, okay? He can be there, he can eliminate men, and then we won't see him for whatever. We won't see him for a couple of weeks, a couple of months. If WWE wants to save Samoa Joe to reappear after Monday Night Raw, or after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw, have him debut on that show and attack Roman Reigns. Attack Roman Reigns, make him well, he'll probably be the fucking babyface if he does that, but have him be the Joe that we've seen on NXT and automatically assert himself into the title picture on Monday Night Raw. Joe is the blood. Joe is the new blood that Monday Night Raw so desperately needs. Monday Night Raw's main event scene would be fucking great if Joe came to Monday Night Raw. Then you would have Joe, you would have Reigns, you would have Balor, you would have Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. It's pretty fucking good if you ask me, man. You know, I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, but I blame WWE Creative on that. But Roman Reigns, more than likely, you put him in a match with Samoa Joe, man, that they could put on. I guarantee you that they would be fucking hard-hitting affairs like we've seen with AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. I'm very, very intrigued by that. I think they would make a great duo. I think that would be a great feud. And with Joe the way he is, man, it'll be believable and people would be invested in that. I love it. But Monday Night Raw's main event scene with the return of Balor and the inclusion of Joe, yeah, that shit's enhanced. So much more than what we see now. And if WWE can't book that, then they shouldn't be on television. It is said that Joe is supposed to lead into a major angle with WrestleMania, or at WrestleMania 33. There is a very small rumor claiming that WWE is planning on Samoa Joe and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. I would love that, but I just don't see that happening. I would rather Nakamura go to SmackDown and Joe go to Raw, because I know both of them aren't going to SmackDown. Of course, this was only a rumor at the time and even shot down by various news sites. However, this rumor could now be coming true. It's possible that WWE saw it and thought it was a good plan, and even though it wasn't their first thought for Samoa Joe, this could very well happen. WWE has been known to go after fan ideas online in the past, only if they listen to Off the Script, even borrowing storyline ideas from other televised promotions. It would not be a shock for WWE to go to the internet to know how to use a certain worker. Triple H has been very cautious with the NXT talent that heads to the main roster. Yeah, because Vince McMahon fucking kills them all. And Kevin Dunn, ooh, Samoa Joe, looks like he has too many fucking chicken sandwiches, Samoa Joe. He's fat. He got nothing on my teeth, but he's a big man. Hey, Samoa Joe. You know, we didn't sign Samoa Joe because we thought he was too fat. My teeth, though. My teeth are good. Kevin Dunn's a fucking asshole. Seriously. Kevin Dunn is a fucking asshole. I don't even know. I don't even know if that's the way I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way he talks, man. But Kevin Dunn. Reason why they didn't bring Samoa Joe in for the first time after talent like Stone Cold Steve Austin was saying this guy belongs in the WWE. Jim Ross, this guy belongs in the WWE. WWE would be fucking foolish not to sign him. They didn't sign him because Vince McMahon thought he was fat. He was just another fat Samoan. Yeah, look at him now. Look at him now. He's a fucking beast. The best pure heel in the WWE. And I'm even saying that after what The Miz has done. Nobody is more believable as a dominant figure, as a badass, as a destructive machine than Samoa Joe. I think all the little kiddies would cry. All the little kiddies would cry if Samoa Joe goes to Monday Night Raw and fucking spills blood on Roman Reigns. I want it! Make it happen! Samoa Joe would fucking decimate Reigns, pull the vest off, fucking kill this motherfucker, man. I love it. And then take the title on top of that. Make it happen. Make it happen, man. That's what they should have did with Styles. That's what they should have did with Styles and Gallows and Anderson at WrestleMania. Instead of debuting Styles in the Royal Rumble, a match which he made no impact in the Rumble. He made zero impact in the Rumble. So you debuted him in the Rumble, a match he was never going to win, and you bypassed something that could have been magical. Could have been great. AJ Styles could have appeared with the fucking Bullet Club masks. Gallows and Anderson masked men come out on Monday Night Raw after Reigns won the title. Sneak attack this guy, lay waste to fucking Monday Night Raw Nexus style. Destroy the WWE champion. And proclaim that they're here. They should have been a dominant fucking stable that nobody should fuck with. It would lead to Reigns enlisting Rollins and Ambrose against Gallows, Anderson, and Styles. What the fuck do I know? What do I know? That would lead to matches, mix and match, however way you want. Reigns is the champion. It would lead to a Styles-Reigns match at SummerSlam. It would lead to them going into War Games or Survivor Series. Whatever. Whatever the fuck you want to do, it was there. Now you're going to fuck it up. You're going to put Joe in the Royal Rumble. Now thinking about it, I wouldn't even put Joe in the Royal Rumble, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not gonna mind it, because I think Joe, if you want, can be set up for a Final Four in the Royal Rumble. At that point, you're probably going to have to put him on television. But whatever the case may be, man, if you're going to save him for a monster push and you want to make a dominant fucking force out of him that's going to set the tone for Monday Night Raw, reset, I would just save him for Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Give him the time off. He certainly deserves it. Have him heal his wounds. Have him be fresh. When he comes back, he's ready to go. That's the way I do it. But as far as WrestleMania 33, it looks like there's not going to be any room for Samoa Joe in WrestleMania. Unless you're going to do Joe Styles or Joe Cena, something like that. I don't know. But right now, he's probably not even going to fit into the plans. Triple H has been very cautious about WWE NXT talent that heads to the main roster. He has pushed for all the new talent to have a storyline ready to go from day one. This did not seem to happen with Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin when they first arrived, and it did occur with Finn Balor and Bayley when they showed up. Possibly two of the biggest NXT products ever. WWE wanted to make sure they were both used well. Balor got hurt in his initial run. Bayley came in during the Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair rivalry. Initially, the plans were good for both. However, Bayley at least has to stay close to the WWE's women's title picture, or has stayed close since her debut. Triple H is a big fan of Samoa Joe, and that clearly means he would not want to see Samoa Joe go to the main roster on Raw or SmackDown to only have no storyline or direction when he absolutely killed it in NXT in 2016. It makes complete sense that WWE wants to possibly have Samoa Joe go on a huge run the moment he arrives. If he can do so and make a huge impression on day one, he can start to take on a role that WWE desperately needs to fill, and that is the need of a monster heel. And I'm talking about even greater than what they're doing with Braun Strowman. Seriously, Braun Strowman is no Samoa Joe at all. Joe can cut a promo. Joe is fucking great. His facial expressions are great. The way he articulates the fucking delivery in his words. Joe is a fucking beast. Okay? There's nobody right now, and I stated this, I don't give a fuck how good Braun Strowman is as a dominant figure. Okay, he's no Samoa Joe. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Joe could be the one thing that WWE needs right now. A monster heel that is athletic and that can wrestle and can back up everything he says in the ring. Okay? Nobody on Monday Night Raw could do that. Braun Strowman, like I said, doesn't even hold a candle to Samoa Joe. If he went there to Raw, he could be a huge help to the roster, like I said. Main event scene instantly would become great. However, there is a theory that he could be better used on SmackDown Live, which goes for anybody. Anybody on Monday Night Raw right now could be used better on SmackDown Live, because Monday Night Raw is fucking garbage. It's one of the worst programs on television. Right now, it is unknown which brand he will go to when he arrives to the main roster. What is known is that WWE does feel Samoa Joe has a great use, and they want to make sure to exploit that as much as possible while they can do so. It was once thought that WWE would never hire someone like Samoa Joe, which I just previously mentioned. They didn't want to hire him because they thought he was too fat. So it is interesting that they are now open to the possibility of pushing him to the moon upon his arrival to the main roster. We will need to wait and see what happens with Samoa Joe. All starts at the Rumble. Will we see Joe in the Rumble? Only time will tell. But all we know is Joe is set for a monster push. Can't wait to see it happen. Going to be one of the bright spots, for sure, of WWE television in 2017. Potential Hall of Fame class leaked. Okay? Now, this list was leaked earlier in the week. When January usually rolls around, we usually get wind of what's going to happen with the Hall of Fame. Every professional wrestling fan prepares themselves for WrestleMania season. It begins with the Royal Rumble build. We are in that mode. We're not there yet. It officially kicks off that Sunday, but we are all excited right now for the Rumble that we are in WrestleMania mode early, okay? The Royal Rumble becomes the starting point to have a view of where the company will be as we get to WrestleMania. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble stamps his ticket into the main event of WrestleMania, which you guys know, as he challenges for the World Heavyweight Championship of his respected brand, Raw or SmackDown. Another reason for the excitement is the rumors that are swirling around of who will be in this year's Hall of Fame. This year's class does not have a definitive headliner, does now, like in previous years. Although the first person rumored can definitely be on top of that list based on what he has done outside of professional wrestling as much as he's done inside. According to Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio, the potential list to make the WWE Hall of Fame are as follows. Those already announced: Diamond Dallas Page, or rumored, I should say. Nothing's been really confirmed by WWE, but these are the names floating around. Diamond Dallas Page, William Regal, Christian, IRS, Erwin R. Shyster, Earthquake and Typhoon, The Natural Disasters, and Ravishing Rick Rude. Now, headliner, Orlando, Miami, Florida, huge movie star, lives and resides in Miami, in Florida. No one better than The Rock. Rock is rumored. That is going to be his role for WrestleMania. He is going to be the headlining name for the Hall of Fame. And if that is the case, if The Rock is headlining this year's class with Diamond Dallas Page, Regal, Christian, IRS, Natural Disasters, and Rick Rude, this might be, out of everything that we recently seen, this might be the best Hall of Fame I think we've seen so far. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing, man. if The Rock is, which is the rumored name going around right now as of Friday night, to be the headliner for the Hall of Fame. That is going to be his role for WrestleMania. Obviously, he will probably be on the show in some type of capacity. He'll probably do a segment like he did with Ronda Rousey. Who knows what WWE has planned for him, but I'm assuming he's going to be on the show in some way. He's going to be at WrestleMania. But that's unbelievable, man. That is an unbelievable list. The person right now, out of this list, minus The Rock, if The Rock is not headlined, Diamond Dallas Page should be the headliner. Page has saved countless lives with his health business, DDP Yoga. WWE Hall of Famers that include Mick Foley, Scott Hall, Jake Roberts, and now Vader, who lost 10 pounds already doing DDP Yoga. That's unbelievable, man. He's going to bring Vader back down to great health. It's going to be fucking unbelievable, man. Page is also a 3-time WCW World Champion who has headlined many pay-per-views in WCW's history and was instrumental in creating the persona of the ultimate hero looking to defeat the villainous group, the New World Order. IRS, who's one of my all-time favorites, man. One of my all-time favorite tag teams with Money Incorporated with Ted DiBiase, man. You could not find two men who made a fucking perfect tag team more so than IRS and Ted DiBiase, man. Unbelievable. Now, you think of IRS, you don't think of anything that's blow away that would be a Hall of Famer, but the one thing with IRS, great in-ring talent. He was fucking unbelievable in that role. It might have been cheesy to some, but it's a gimmick that you look back on and you get that warm, fuzzy feeling, man, as it brings you back to fucking what you loved as a child with the WWE. Those over-the-top characters. IRS was one of those guys, man. Calling everybody a tax cheat, saying that he's going to audit you. IRS was fucking great. I love IRS, man. I'm happy that Mike Rotunda is going rumored to be in the Hall of Fame. Mike Rotunda, better known to professional wrestling fans as Erwin R. Shyster, is another honorable mention to someone who has meant more to the industry outside of it as much as he's done inside the ring. Rotunda has a lineage that dates back to his father, Blackjack Mulligan, another member of the WWE Hall of Fame who passed away on April of 2016. His brother, Barry Windham, a former member of the legendary Four Horsemen, and is also a member of the WWE Hall of Fame. Although Rotunda, a former member of the Varsity Club and Money Incorporated, is a 5-time WWE Tag Team Champion, perhaps the biggest impact on his professional wrestling career and industry right now. The biggest impact on the industry from IRS is being known as the father of Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. So if you guys didn't know that, he is the father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Natural disasters, typhoon, and earthquake. Spent a total of 2 years together as a tag team and only held the WWE Tag Team titles on one occasion. The best solution to bring these two into the Hall of Fame is to bring them together as a team. Although each of them has provided lasting memories as singles competitors, out of the two, John Tenta, who also went by different characters such as the Shark, Avalanche, and Golga, his memorable moments came during his feud against WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan. Sadly, Tenta passed away in 2006 at the age of 42 due to cancer. Man, that's fucking terrible. I thought it was a heart attack. It was cancer that took the life of John Tenta at 42 years old, man. Fred Ottman, who was a member of the Natural Disasters, was known as Typhoon, will forever be remembered as the Shockmaster. On an episode of Clash of the Champions, Ottman was to be revealed as the mysterious new partner of both Sting and Davey Boy Smith, someone else who needs to be in the Hall of Fame, who were in a feud against Harlem Heat and Sid Vicious. The camera zoomed in on Ottman, who was supposed to crash into a makeshift wall as his grand entrance. Unfortunately, he stumbled over a piece of lumber, causing him to fall forward and lose his helmet, killing the character before it even began. That's why everybody makes fun of the fucking Shockmaster, man. Fucking shit. So, as a team, the Natural Disasters are a very intimidating duo. Another reason, another one of those characters in WWE that you think back at, it gives you that good feeling of what you loved about WWF back in the day. Rick Rude, we talked about, someone who you knew was going to be in the Hall of Fame. He was fucking amazing. Rick Rude is a former Intercontinental Champion, former WCW United States Champion. His most defining moment in professional wrestling came when he was no longer an active competitor. On November 17th, 1997, Rude was seen on a taped episode of Raw and a live episode of Monday Nitro, making him the first and only professional wrestler in the history of both Raw and Nitro to appear on the shows the same exact night. Christian is a two-time World Heavyweight Champion, NWA World Heavyweight Champion, ECW World Heavyweight Champion, making him the only professional wrestler in history to hold WWE, NWA, and ECW World Championships. He is also a 9-time WWE Tag Team Champion, along with Edge. Obviously, the ladder matches with the Dudleys and the Hardys. Christian, a fucking Hall of Famer, no question. William Regal, formerly known as Lord Steven Regal in WCW, has come a long way since overcoming a history of drug problems and developing a heart defect during his in-ring career. He is a 2008 WWE King of the Ring winner who has held WCW television championships on 4 different occasions and the WWE Intercontinental Champion twice. Now he is a vital part of the growth of NXT. And if you ask me, what he is doing now is more important than anything else that he's done in his in-ring career, man, because he is helping that brand grow. He is helping the future, and William Regal is a vital part to what makes that entire operation special and successful. William Regal is absolutely fucking amazing as what he's doing now. Unbelievable, man. You can't top that. The list obviously is not complete, to be determined. There might be a celebrity wing this year. It might be Shaq, being that he is rumored to be fighting the Big Show at WrestleMania. It would make sense, being that he was one of the founding key parts to the Orlando Magic's success in the NBA, so they might put him in. Who knows? But The Rock right now, rumored to be the headliner for WrestleMania 33's Hall of Fame class of 2017. Reason why Vince McMahon stopped numbering WrestleMania events revealed. Vince McMahon is out of touch. We know this for a fact. And after I read this to you guys, you will notice and see how out of touch the man really is. Unbelievable how this guy thinks, you know, and how nobody would actually confront him on certain stupidity like this. It's just unbelievable. In April, WWE will host the 33rd installment of WrestleMania. Coined the grandest stage of them all, this is the event that every wrestler in WWE and most wrestlers outside the company aim to participate in. Over the years, the event has grown to amazing heights, being compared to the NFL's Super Bowl, the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, the MLB's World Series. This event is generally the measuring stick for every wrestling company, selling out stadiums with tens of thousands of fans in attendance. Originating in 1985, WrestleMania was the hallmark event for primarily Hulk Hogan in this decade, with matches against names like Roddy Piper, Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, Randy Savage. The event typically ended with fans going home happy, celebrating a Hogan victory. And then people want to know why I hated Hogan, and I was more of an Ultimate Warrior guy. That's the reason. I noticed that very early on. The early 90s presented the same larger-than-life feel, with Hogan having foes such as Sergeant Slaughter, Sid Justice, and Yokozuna. One of the most memorable installments was WrestleMania 6, as Hogan was surprisingly defeated by the Ultimate Warrior, being dethroned as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Hogan would rebound from the loss and once again be the top star of the brand. As years progressed, the focus faded from a top babyface star receiving the feel-good moment and more on whether The Undertaker would lose and end his undefeated streak. Throughout all of this anticipation, fans were able to use the number next to a WrestleMania event as a point of reference. However, oddly, WWE stopped placing numbers to affiliate with WrestleMania events, which left many fans confused as to why this was happening. I quote, "This really makes absolutely no sense and once again shows how out of touch Vince McMahon is in the wrestling business. I have never heard anybody say, wow, this is WWE using numbers for WrestleMania? It really makes it sound old," Vince McMahon says. Come on, Vince. Vince McMahon says it makes WrestleMania sound old. I guess the UFC is old, right? What are they on? UFC 20 something now? Who gives a shit? You put a number next to something, the first thing in my mind is it's an easy reference so that we know which number event it is. That's all. Doesn't make it sound old. Just like you change your company from wrestling to entertainment. The fuck do you do in the ring? What do you fucking tango dance? You making a porno in the ring? What are you doing in the ring? You're wrestling in the ring. Fuck is this guy on? It makes it sound old. That's his excuse. He would add that if WWE is trying to compare themselves to other grand sporting events in other leagues, they are heading the wrong direction since the NFL uses numbers for the Super Bowl. So if the NFL is using it, so I don't see why WWE wouldn't want to use it. I mean, is the NFL old? The NFL is the most popular sport in North America. Are people thinking, wow, the Super Bowl is old? I don't want to watch the Super Bowl. It's way past our time. You fucking out of your mind, Vince. This guy is a fucking goon and a half. Okay? More so, it diminishes the anticipation for monumental installments such as WrestleMania that will occur in 2024. While fans would be labeling this as WrestleMania 40 in 2024, WWE seemingly will not. This news was originally reported by Dave Meltzer. The aim for the succeeding events was to distinguish them by logo instead of number. While this is confusing to most fans, somehow this makes perfect sense. How? I don't know, to WWE. If you look at the news that Orlando is getting WrestleMania, you see the logo. There's no number. Look at New Orleans. They got the fucking, like the New Orleans Saints logo in the background with the color for purple and all these other fucking New Orleans-like colors. There's no number there. It's associated by logo. Who cares? Like WrestleMania in Dallas, it was nothing but a star. The Dallas Star. They are fucking out of their minds. Out of their minds. I think if you put the WrestleMania logo with the Roman numeral, I think it makes it look more important. Honestly, it makes it look more important with the Roman numeral there, showing you which number event it really is. That's just my take on it. I think the Roman numeral makes it stand out. Fuck the logo, fuck the city. You know what city it's going to be in. You know the people are going to be there regardless if there's a number or not. How does it make it sound old? I don't get that logic. So recently Meltzer revisited the subject when asked why the decision was made. He responded, Vince thought it made the event sound odd and old. Apparently WWE will not return to numbering the events, but instead distinguishing them by logos. Oddly, when one scrolls through the WWE network, WWE has no choice but to number them. Moreover, that when the commentators refer to previous WrestleManias, they do not state WrestleMania play button or WrestleMania star. They refer to it as WrestleMania followed by the number. There is so much prestige that comes with WrestleMania and the series to remove the numbers in exchange for logos. While it does not seem as if WWE decision makers will change their mind anytime soon, it would be a much better presentation to restore the numbers, especially since the event only happens one time a year. Hopefully fans who talk about these future events do not forget the number of ones they are discussing, because this could take away from any monumental thing that actually happened at these shows. When one thinks of WrestleMania 3, what do they think of? They think of Hogan and Andre, right? When one thinks of WrestleMania 17, they think of Austin versus The Rock. When one thinks of WrestleMania 30, they think of Daniel Bryan. I mean, give me a fucking break. You know, when one thinks of Roman Reigns and Triple H, they think of one of the worst WrestleMania events of all time. And one of the worst WrestleMania main events ever. You know, it goes hand in hand. So, I don't know. Vince McMahon is completely fucking out of it. He is the biggest fucking goon that there is, man. This guy's complete. Just step down. Go away. Give it to Triple H. Just get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of this fucking nonsensical, out-of-touch bullshit. Come on, bro. Seriously. Have you heard anything as fucking stupid as this? Seriously. And you wonder why WrestleMania's card is constantly undergoing changes every fucking hour. Because of this fucking clown. WrestleMania, not going back to numbers. It will merely be recognized by logo and color. Because Vince McMahon thinks it's old and odd. There you go. Don't understand it? We will never will. And that is Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much for Off the Script this weekend. That is everything for part one. As we get on into the weekend, what I got working on for this weekend. Backlash against Roman Reigns forcing WWE to keep him out of WrestleMania 33 main event. Also, John Cena taking another hiatus after WrestleMania 33. What the fuck is going on with John Cena? Update on Kenny Omega's New Japan contract. John Cena teasing heavily that Kenny Omega is on his way to the WWE. Also, backstage update on which Ring of Honor stars are headed to the WWE and which are staying put. Also, Bayley, Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks rumored to be competing in a fatal four-way at WrestleMania. Great job, WWE. Great job. Now we got 4 women in another multi-man match at WrestleMania. Such creativity by the creative team. Becky Lynch apparently was reprimanded by WWE officials after using a derogatory term on Talking Smack. Don't know what the fuck that's about, but makes no sense to me. I know what she said, and I didn't find any problem with it. WWE potentially considering a change for Raw General Manager. I raise my hand. I throw my name into the hat. I want to fill out an application, please. WWE officials torn on creative plans for the New Day. All this plus so much more this weekend on Off the Script. Creative plans for the New Day. They don't know what they're going to be doing with the New Day. You better get your checkbook out and fucking sign Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. You want something for the New Day at WrestleMania? There you go, right there. That's money. Money right there. Do it. Anyway, that's Off the Script, guys. Part 1, episode 152. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. And I will see you guys tomorrow. 11 a.m. Saturday morning, part 2 of Off the Script. We're going to talk about all that stuff, plus so much more. I am JD. Thank you guys for watching.
Oh,
and,
JD.
Are you fucking
you
serious?
thought I went away.
Are you fucking serious? I thought I got rid of this guy. You know what?
You waxed on Twitter
Up.
yesterday.
The show
what
is over.
did you
okay,
do
I don't want to listen to this guy.
for people to come at you
Don't
and
wanna listen
attack
to him.
you for your views? Let's see. You bash people for disagreeing with you. You bash people for being fans of the God, Roman Reigns. Let's see, JD, what else did you do? You assume that all Roman Reigns fans are women, casual fans, and children, yet you sit here every week on this disgusting show wanting to suck Reigns' cock. What else did you do, JD? You're a disrespectful prick who loves the sound of his own voice and thinks his way of watching wrestling is right. Finally, JD, you act like the biggest arrogant smug fuck I have ever watched. And to think, I once agreed with you on Call of Duty, and let me tell you something, JD, I've met a lot of arrogant pricks, and you say I have no life? That's funny coming from a guy who wants to do YouTube all day. Continue sitting there, JD, thinking your heartthrob Sami Zayn is gonna win the Royal Rumble, while my man Roman Reigns merely traded one title for another. As you will see, he will win the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania all by himself in Orlando. I have returned, JD, and there's nothing that you can do to stop my 612 Twitter accounts.